In 2020, the world was in turmoil. A global pandemic had halted everyday life. Businesses shuttered, cities fell silent, and the economy lurched forward with uncertainty. Amid this chaos, something seemingly insignificant rolled out from the Philadelphia Mint, a 5-cent coin bearing the image of Thomas Jefferson. Millions were produced that year, part of the normal rhythm of U.S. coinage. To the untrained eye, nothing appeared unusual. The nickel remained a background fixture of pocket change, overlooked and underappreciated. But as history has often proven, it is precisely during moments of distraction that the rarest errors escape unnoticed. Production inside the Philadelphia Mint carried on, with adapted safety protocols. Staff worked in staggered shifts, machinery was disinfected, and operations were scaled to meet demand despite nationwide disruptions. In this environment, a minor oversight would soon trigger major excitement among collectors. What was thought to be another routine year for the 5-cent coin soon turned into a modern-day numismatic mystery. Months later, in early 2021, a coin roll hunter named Dana Willis in rural Pennsylvania was sorting through dozens of uncirculated nickel rolls she had requested directly from her bank. Coin collecting had become her new escape, quiet, methodical, and oddly satisfying during the lockdowns. She was hunting mostly for war nickels or known varieties. But one coin in the middle of the roll stopped her completely. A 2020 nickel with a prominent Philadelphia mint mark. The reverse seemed oddly soft in detail. Monticello appeared faint in parts, and something about the surface texture looked off. Under magnification, Dana noticed dramatic die clash marks, raised impressions that didn't belong where they appeared. These were not simple contact scratches or signs of circulation. They were clean, distinct shapes that mirrored elements from the obverse design imprinted on the reverse. The nose of Jefferson in reverse, his chin line, faintly wrapped around Monticello's dome. It was a clash, one where dies had struck each other without a coin blank between them, imprinting parts of their designs onto one another. The kind of clash strong enough to survive through striking, yet precise enough to be identifiable. Experts confirmed what Dana had found was not just a clash, but one of the strongest die clashes seen in modern nickels. It was a 2020p Jefferson nickel with a multi-point die clash, possibly struck multiple times with misaligned dies. This wasn't an isolated case of minting wear. It was a mechanical misstep under unique pandemic conditions, with a die pairing that should have been replaced but wasn't in time. It wasn't just rare. It was unprecedented for its year.as word spread. Collectors began examining their 2020 nickels. A few more examples surfaced, but none with the clarity and sharpness of Dana's find. Most bore minimal clash signs, barely visible to the naked eye. Others had faded or incomplete impressions, as if the dies had been lightly polished afterward. Dana's coin stood alone in its detail and condition, clear evidence of a multi-directional clash combined with retained strike strength. Auction houses took interest. When Dana's coin appeared for sale in late 2022, the bidding war was immediate. Modern errors of this type, especially on 5-cent coins, rarely drew such intensity. But this was different. The timing, the condition, the clarity, it was the perfect storm. The final hammer price reached beyond expectations, a moment that changed the way collectors viewed 2020 nickels. What made this error even more fascinating was its timing. In a year where the world slowed down, where attention turned inward and most people stopped looking closely at the things around them, a tiny mistake went unnoticed at the mint and ended up in the hands of someone who had the patience to see it. It was poetic. A quiet coin from a loud year, holding a secret no one expected. In the following months, more varieties were reported. Some showed cut breaks near Jefferson's collar, others revealed partial missing letters or feeder finger scrapes. But the die clash examples remained the rarest, especially those with both obverse and reverse imprint evidence. A few collectors speculated that the unusual working conditions at the mint that year may have led to fewer quality checks and longer die lifespans, making errors like this more likely. Today, the 2020p Jefferson nickel die clash error has earned a place in modern error lore. It's not a century-old coin, nor is it a product of a dramatic metal change or design overhaul. It is valuable because it is subtle, because it should have never happened in a year where everything was being double-checked for safety, and yet something so intricate slipped through. Collectors now scan their 2020 nickels more carefully. They hold them up to the light, rotate them slowly, and wonder if they'll find the nose where it doesn't belong, or a shadow of Jefferson where only Monticello should stand. It's a hunt not just for money, but for discovery, for being the next person to uncover what the world missed. As of now, verified 2020p US 5-cent coins featuring strong multi-point die clash errors in high mint state grades have reached valuations between $4,500 and $125,000. A modern coin from a modern time, reminding everyone that even in the most recent past, history is still being struck. In 2020, a year defined by uncertainty and upheaval, the United States Mint quietly released another installment in its celebrated America, the Beautiful Quarters program. Among them was a quarter meant to honor the natural beauty and significance of America's national parks. Though countless coins passed through the presses that year, one particular variety would soon spark curiosity among collectors, not because of what it showed, but because of what went wrong. The National Park Quarters of 2020 featured intricate designs and detailed craftsmanship. With each coin, the mint aimed to capture a moment of American heritage. Yet in the urgency to maintain production, during a year when logistics faltered and workforce routines were altered, one mistake managed to pass all safeguards. A tiny flaw, almost invisible to an average observer, escaped unnoticed. At first, no one suspected anything unusual. Banks across the country received shipments of 2020 quarters, and people used them without a second glance. The national park-themed quarters blended into everyday transactions. But that changed in early 2021, when a coin roll enthusiast from Arizona named Marcus Lane found something strange. He had ordered 2 boxes of quarter rolls, as he often did, looking for silver or double-minted rarities. But as he opened the second roll of 2020 National Park quarters, he immediately saw that one of them looked odd under the light. The design appeared blurred at first, but it wasn't wear, it was doubling. At the base of the coin, especially around the inscriptions and the finer lines of the park's landscape, there were shadows. Not stains or smudges, but signs of a double die. Marcus had seen minor doubling before, but this was different. The letters themselves were split cleanly in places. The details on trees and rocks repeated faintly, like a ghost image beneath the primary strike. He isolated the coin and examined it under his magnifier. The doubling appeared on both the obverse and reverse, with more strength on the reverse side, a sign that both dies may have been misaligned or slightly rotated at the moment of the strike. Curious and cautious, Marcus submitted the coin to a grading service. When the results came back, it confirmed a rare double die strike on a 2020 National Park quarter, with exceptionally well-preserved surfaces. News traveled quickly through collector forums and social media. Discussions emerged about the possibility of more such coins being out there. Within weeks, others began checking their 2020 quarters with newfound focus. A few additional examples surfaced, though most showed lighter doubling or partial effects. Marcus's discovery remained among the sharpest and cleanest documented. As experts studied the coin, theories formed. Due to adjusted minting schedules and staffing changes in 2020, quality control may have briefly weakened, allowing a misaligned die to strike hundreds, possibly thousands, of coins before being replaced. The mint had not officially acknowledged the error, which only increased the intrigue. Collectors started referring to it informally as the 2020 Ghost Park quarter due to the shadowed appearance of the design. But what truly propelled the coin into high demand was its uniqueness within a modern series. America, the Beautiful Quarters were not generally known for dramatic mint errors. Most were admired for their themes, not their flaws. This coin broke that pattern. It turned a commemorative release into a genuine rarity, a blend of art and accident that transformed a simple pocket change item into a collector's prize. A twist came later that year when a second example was discovered, this time in a coin-counting machine bag from Vermont. This version showed the same reverse doubling, but also featured a small die chip along the rim, giving it an extra point of identification. While the coin was not quite as sharp in grade as Marcus's, it confirmed that multiple coins had escaped from the same die batch, likely from the same press run during a brief operational window. The market reacted with a mix of excitement and caution. Prices climbed steadily, as only a handful of well-preserved examples emerged. Collectors of error coins, especially those focused on the America the Beautiful series, began to consider it a centerpiece in their sets. By 2023, the strongest examples were being sold through private auctions and online platforms to elite collectors willing to pay a premium for modern history. Caught mid-strike. This day, the 2020 National Park Quarter, with significant double die features, continues to intrigue hobbyists and professionals alike. It is a reminder that even in the age of modern precision, with automated quality checks and digital control systems, small mistakes can still sneak through, and when they do, they become stories waiting to be told. As of now, authenticated 2020 U.S. $quarter National Park coins featuring prominent double die errors in high mint state grades carry a value ranging from $2,100 to $75,000. A remarkable coin born in an unforgettable year, proving once again that true rarity often lies just beneath the surface.